Well, good day and welcome to another A-League Couch Critics video. I'm Sogg, no Brad this time, it's just a Sogg special. And today I'm going to be talking about each A-League team's most important player for this season. So, without further ado, let's just get into it. Make sure that you leave a like on this video. Make sure to comment down below if you think I've got something wrong. And if you're new here or you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. We're getting close to 150 and that would really help us out, help other people see us too. So let's dive in with Adelaide United. So Adelaide United, I've gone for Tommy Urich. I think he is going to be the most important player for Adelaide this season. He's 29 years of age. He's just come from playing for CSKA Sofia, and before then he was at Luzerne. He didn't score enough at Sofia. He's come back home, which is great. He can be really important for Adelaide United if he scores some goals. And I think that's what they're going to need this season to really kick on. They need some goals. They need a good goal scorer. If he can hold up the line and bring in Al Hassan Toure, then I think they'll be okay. He's made 41 appearances for the Socceroos with 8 goals. So he's got quality. It's just whether or not he can really make it happen. A couple of years over in Europe, I think he's going to be fine in the A-League. Next up is Brisbane Roar. And for me, Brisbane Roar's most important player this season is going to be Jamie Young, the goalkeeper. Brisbane need to stay solid. That's where they made their success last season. And if they can keep that going, they might be able to build something that they can score some goals from. 35 years of age, Jamie Young now, but he's still great. 119 appearances for the Roar, that's quite a few. He's a big player for them. He knows the team culture. He's going to be the driving force from behind. 6 clean sheets last season is okay, could be better, and he's really going to need to do that this season. If they're going to be anything, if they're going to get into the 6, they need him to keep those clean sheets. Next up is the Central Coast Mariners, and my most important player for them this season is going to be the new fella Marco Urena, the Costa Rican striker. He's 30 years of age, and he's just come from Gwangju FC in Korea, where he didn't score a goal in 8 appearances, so that doesn't bode well for the fella. But in 67 appearances, he's scored 15 goals for Costa Rica. He's got some absolute ability, and maybe the A-League will suit him down to the ground. Maybe he'll find some joy against A-League defences. I think the Mariners need goals, and so if he can provide them, huge for them. Huge for them. Next up is MacArthur FC. Now, MacArthur FC, who knows what's going to come from them this season. But for them, I think the most important player is going to be the new fella, Benat. Let's have a go at saying his full name. Here you go. Benat Echebarria Ukiyaya. I probably butchered that. Sorry, mate. I think he's going to be the most important. He's played over 250 appearances in La Liga for his last 2 clubs, Athletic Bilbao and Betis. And he's going to be silky smooth in the midfield. If he is quality, if you can bring that quality that he has, then he's going to make the whole team sing. Alright, next up is Melbourne City. And for me, I've gone maybe a little bit left field. Curtis Good is going to be their most important player this season. I think Melbourne City have a great squad, but too often last season, they let in some sloppy goals. They kind of lost games that they should have won. And so for me, Curtis Good is key for them. If he can really lock down that defence, be a solid defender, this is his 3rd season with the club, then City might actually stand a chance at winning a title. But he's got to be good. I think they've got great players around them. We expect Jamie McLaren to perform. We expect some of the others to do well. Curtis Good really needs to stand out and have a good season for them. And that's why I think he'll be key for them this season. Next up is Melbourne Victory, and I'm going a new boy again here for them, Callum McManaman. Only 29 years old, so he's still kind of in his prime years. Couple of seasons in the Championship with Wigan and Luton, and if he is still quality, then I think he can really unlock some A-League defences and get Melbourne Victory scoring some goals. If his quality crosses are really going to be the difference. Otherwise, if he doesn't perform, I think Melbourne will fall flat. Rojas didn't perform last season. Robbie Cruz is perpetually injured. If they're not actually got somebody who can get the ball into Rudy Gadest, they're not going to score. And so I think that's why Callum McManaman is their key player for this season. Next up is Newcastle United Jets. Their most important player for this season is like an owner, really. But to go an actual player, I've gone with Nigel Boogaard. He's 34 years old. He's been with the club for a couple of years. He's the captain. And what the Jets need in a season like this is just someone to lead them through this crap. They need Boogaard to really stand up, be the leader in the dressing room, and get those players performing each week. Tell them to play for the club, play for their survival, because if not, they're going to fall to pieces. Absolute pieces. Next up is Perth Glory. And for me, the most important player for Perth Glory this season is going to be Chris Ikonomidis. Still only 25 years old, and last season he only made 5 appearances due to injury. And so I think he's really important because the season before, he played a big part in them claiming the premiership. He played a whole heap more games and scores goals that season. And so if he can stay fit, Perth Glory actually have a chance of looking okay this season. I think they've gotten rid of a whole heap of big players, and so if they don't have someone like Chris Ikonomidis performing, I don't see them really creating much. If he and Castro can do their part, Perth might just be okay this year. Next up is Sydney FC, and I'm a Sydney FC fan. I think they've got lots of good players. But for me, the most important player for them is Luke Bratton. 30 years old, his second season with the club now. And he really is a player that just makes everything tick for them. Controls the midfield so well. If he's on his game, if his defensive duty is good, if his attacking duty is good, then Sydney FC look fantastic. If he doesn't stay fit or if he's off his game this season, Sydney could run into some trouble. After that, Wellington Phoenix. They're up next, and I've gone with their captain, Ulysses De Vere. I think that Wellington always just need someone to spark them into action, and De Vere is absolutely that player. He's got class oozing from everywhere, and I think if he can really produce the same quality or even better than he produced last season, then Wellington might actually look all right. He's great in and around the box. He creates those little moments of magic, and for me, that's why he's Wellington's most important player. Only 2 more clubs to go. Second last is Western Sydney Wanderers, and for me, their most important player this season is going to be Nikolai Muller. Muller had a great season last season. He scored 5 goals in 19 appearances, which is not too bad for an attacking midfielder. If he can settle into that squad, if they can work that team in well, if Carl Robinson can get him performing, I think he'll unlock a lot of defences for Wanderers. And they've got people up front who can score goals. And so Muller is the key, really. Maybe you could have said their goalkeeper, Jan Jedovic, is the only goalkeeper they really have at the moment. But I think that really it's going to be Nikolai Muller creating things for them that's going to win them matches. Final team, Western United. And for me, their most important player this season is going to be the new fella, the Spanish Victor Sanchez. 33 years of age, played 240 games for Espanyol, 9 seasons in La Liga, and he's traded that for the A-League. That's a huge move for the end of his career, and I think he's going to be really important because Western United's real kind of key spark is Diamante, and he's up the front. And so if you can unlock Diamante by letting him into those attacking positions and have Vitor Sanchez in behind controlling the game, Western United have an awesome midfield and could really challenge a lot of teams. And so that's why I think Victor Sanchez is the most important player, because he's actually key to unlocking Diamante and unlocking all the potential that Western United have. Only 2 more clubs to go. Second last is Western Sydney Wanderers, and for me, their most important player this season is going to be the new fella, the Spanish Victor Sanchez. 33 years of age, played 240 games for Espanyol, 9 seasons in La Liga, and he's traded that for the A-League. That's a huge move for the end of his career, and I think he's going to be really important because Western United have Well, that's each team's most important player, for me anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And us A-League Couch Critics, we'll see you later.